Again, good afternoon. At this time, I will present the vacancy report. This is as of January the 10th, 2025. We have a total of 98 positions that's still vacant. Of those 98 positions, we have 75 that's certified. That includes both school level and district level, and a total of 23 classified, both school and district level. And you can see by department and school level, and schools.
Any questions? Okay, all right, thank you. At this time, we have behavior support teacher. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board members. I'm here tonight to present the behavior support teacher position for Hope County Schools. This will be a new position.
And you said Hope County School, is it gonna be which school?
For, elementary. Elementary, because at secondary, for students, that have behavior needs, we have our alternative school, which is J.W. Turleton. But we don't have anything for our K through 5th grade students, for behavior support.
What kind of salary?
Can you kind of like maybe just give like some information on it? Yes, so we did a team. We started researching, looking at the data for Hope County for our elementary schools, looking at the suspensions and the number of students with disabilities being suspended. And we just didn't have that in between to support. We did do a lot trying to get in like behavior texts, but we only had 4. So you think about K5, and if you only have 4 behavior texts, it's very difficult to serve multiple students. And then when you have the behavior support teachers in at least 2 schools, 2 identified schools in the district, both of those classrooms can have up to 10 students each. We did do a team go to different districts. We saw their programs. We reviewed Cumberland. We did Moore County. We also did Scotland County. We got feedback from other districts who've done this 25, 30 years. This is nothing new. It's done in a lot of districts. We just don't have it here in Hope. And so looking at the data, talking to parents, talking to our elementary principals, and these discussions started actually in 2023, about the need of more support in our elementary to help our students with behaviors.
So Karis, when you talk to other districts, and just right now in your mind, think of one, okay? So when you talk to that district and they had a behavior support teacher, what was the outcome like? You know, as opposed to elementary school students getting suspended, and then when that person came on, what was the results? If you could think of one school.
The results, even I have personal experience with it as well in previous districts, did the same thing. And I can tell you that there were students that I was like, there's no way if they go to this classroom that we're gonna see this tremendous difference. And it happened. it happened, they were able to go into this classroom with the teacher, the certified behavior teacher, with the assistants in the room, and sort of wrap them around, and get them where they are able to get stabilized in their environment, and they still go back to general ed. So this is not, a classroom setting where they're just there all day, they never go out. They go back to their general ed classes, but they have the support, they're gaining the skills. They're knowing, they learn how to appropriately respond. If they're angry, what do I do? And guess what is happening at the school versus we sending them home. So they're learning the skills of what to do when they're in school, the appropriate behavior skills, social emotional skills within the school. And these classrooms have, like I said, they've been around 40+ years. This is not like introducing like a brand new classroom for the first time. These classrooms have been around about 40+ years.
And you think one teacher is enough for all these elementary schools?
Well, it's 2 classrooms for the elementary, and we collect the data. So once a school team makes a recommendation, hey, we have this kid, we're gonna bring it to the team, we want you to review everything that we've put in place. We have behavior intervention plans, we've done all of this. And so then it goes to the committee, they will review it. It is a complete IEP team decision. It is not just based on one person's decision, it's the IEP team that makes the decision. And the parent has to give consent.
What is this at? Oh, hold on. Just stay.
Yeah, it's teacher salary.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you. At this time, we're gonna move to the action items, and our first action item is West Hope Middle School benches and doors.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Spills, and guests. Go to slide 2, please. At the December 2024 Board of Education meeting, I presented the request for 8 locker room benches and 12 interior doors for West Hope Middle School, along with the specifications for each one of those items. Next slide, please. During this project, I was able to secure 3 quotes from different vendors. Those vendors are listed on the screen for the specified criteria for the locker room benches and doors. The specifications for the benches include phenolic material construction. That stuff is basically antibacterial and it holds well in places that hold moisture. And the dimensions of 72 inches by 12 inches on the benches. The interior doors were required to meet all applicable fire safety codes, hinges, closures, and hardware, and all quotes were to include delivery and installation costs. That's for the benches and for the doors. Learning environment is, you can stay on that slide. Learning environment is being selected as the lowest responsible bidder for the locker room benches at a cost of $7,615. Rayford Hardware is being selected for the interior doors at a cost of $40,778.50. Therefore, the total project is $48,778.50. So I'm making the request to approve the funds for this project using the available funds from the Public School Building Renovation and Repair Fund. And these improvements will enhance the safety and functionality of our locker rooms at West Hope Middle School for the students, staff, and visitors to the school. So again, the recommendation is for learning environment for the benches and Rayford Hardware for the doors.
Question?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so just so I'm clear, Rayford Hardware is gonna be replacing doors?
Yes, sir. They did provide one of the quotes for that, and they have the capability to purchase those doors and install them as well.
So Rayford Hardware is gonna purchase the doors?
They'll order the doors, and then they'll come in, and once they have them in their possession, they'll do the installation.
Do they have a record of doing this before?
This will be our first time using Rayford hardware for this and their interior doors, so we're not switching out, the framing of the middle structure of the doors. So it's just coming with the door, the kick plate, the hinges that attach, the closing, structures, as well as the handles and locks.
So can Seven Oaks do everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if I recall correctly, that was the one that was recommended.
Yes, ma'am, that was, they came in at $4,000 higher. On Friday, we were able to secure the updated quote from Rayford Hardware Company. Seven Oaks does do that. It's also turnkey. They do the installation. They specialize in doors. Yes, ma'am. They can do that work as well.
So we have did business with them.
Yes, ma'am, we have, and they are a reputable company and do a great job.
Anybody else have any questions?
Right, if I've gotten that, so the learning environment and paper hardware, that's what you're saying, you're gonna join those two together?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's West Coast? What's that?
Westco, it's the first time of receiving a quote from them as well. So you can see that was an outlier at $5,000. And the quote did consist of everything similar to what Rayford Hardware submitted and Seven Oaks Company. However, with the price that low for what we were ordering, we felt like that was an extreme outlier, and therefore went with the two quotes that were comparable.
So your recommendation is Rayford Hardware?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
are you ready for a motion?
Any more questions?
I'm sorry, I did not hear Rosa's,
She asked me, was I ready for a motion? I wanna know if there's any more
Madam Chair, I
questions.
do have another question.
Okay.
Just to be clear, Rayford Hardware has not done this before?
We have not done any such business with Rayford Hardware
Well,
consisting of
okay,
the
let me
installation.
rephrase my question. Do they have a record of doing this before?
Not that I know of, no, sir.
So we're gonna have a business do something that they haven't done before? Do we have a guarantee that this is gonna be done to standard?
Yes, sir. With the conversations with Rayford Hardware Company, they told us that they could get the doors and do the installation, and it would be up to code, so to speak. So we figured that this would give us a secondary company to do business with replacing interior doors. And because the actual framing was not being replaced, or it's not being replaced in this project, we felt comfortable that they were telling us that they could do the job.
Okay.
We can have a motion, but I mean, if they never did any, it's like to me, we going out on a limb with them. When we already worked with Seven Oaks, so they did work before. Even though sometimes it's a higher price, you want the best. We want the best for our district. But I mean, we can get a motion to go with Rayford Hardware. Or can I get a motion to?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move to approve the learning environment and Rayford Hardware for the recommendation of Dr. Hunt.
Second,
I'll second that motion.
okay. All in favor of Rayford Hardware and learning environment, say yes. Can I get a yes? Any opposers?
Aye.
Aye.
I have only two votes recorded. Is that right?
What, yeah, I oppose.
My suggestion is to go with, Seven Oaks. Can I get a second?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor of Seven Oaks say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so 7 votes got it.
Thank you, and I will redo that paperwork and get it to you.
Okay, thank you so much. At this time, state budget amendment number 2.
Good evening, everyone. I'm before you tonight to ask that you approve State Budget Amendment Number 2, Revision 61. Our previous balance was $77,049,113.22 from our November amendment, the first one. Our net adjustments, $6,069.50, and our amended budget allotment is $77,055,182.72. The affected accounts were classroom teachers, non-contributory employee benefits, summer reading camps, international faculty exchange teachers, behavioral support, third grade Read to Achieve teacher bonus, principal and other teacher performance bonuses, CTE credentials, program support, and literacy intervention. The amounts are as noted in the center. As I said, the net adjusted amount of all the transactions was $6,069.50. There is an adjustment key that explains each transaction. It should be in red font on your reports. Are there any questions?
Any questions? Okay. Can I get a motion to, approve the state budget?
So moved.
It's been approved and second for the state budget amendment number 2. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, can I get a motion to go into closed session?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I make a motion that we go into our closed session. Is this one? Madam Chair, I make a motion that we go into closed session under North Carolina General Statute 143-318-11 to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel and student matters, consider matters relating to initial employment of individual employees, and to consult with the board's attorney to pursue the attorney-client privilege.
Hey, can I get a second? Okay, it's been a motion to go into closed session, it's been second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thank you.